Okay. The other question we have, and this is actually coming from the Ice Wilds guys. So we had a lot of people that backed our Ice Wild Kickstarter too, that actually backed both. And the people that back both, who have been watching the first 3 videos we put out, they knew how to put their buildings together. But you know, I sit here and think everybody knows how to put the buildings together. I'm like, well, no, they don't, because I've been looking at this for a year and other people haven't. So the way I want to go over putting together the Ice Wild building that was included, and at the same time, it's also going to be how these main buildings work. So everybody in Ice Wilds, and I'm gonna reach over here, ends up getting the brick pattern clips. So everything that's applied before, you have bricks, you have the yes clips, you've got some, I call these extended J clips that come out. These clips are what you use to assemble the buildings here. And they're put together in the same way that something like this is put together. So it is a clip that is, and I'm gonna clip this out real quick. So for the Ice Wilds guys, I'm gonna go from kind of the start here. You will clip off your clips. I'll do this from the simplest form. It's a 90-degree clip. This allows you, and I went ahead and broke these things apart. I'm going to take a short section here. Any place that you see brick printed into one of these windows, and when these were put together, they kind of came assembled, kind of shaped like this with some sacrificial stuff. So when you got them, you broke them apart and you made these elements when they came out. Any place there's bricks filling in the window, just pop them out, because they were just a way of blocking an area when we were doing the printing. So now we have this piece here that looks like, you know, either a blown out section, but in this case, it's a corner section. This corner section is going to be put together, and I just noticed there's 2 little pieces here that we need to trim off. Take this clip, put it on the side like that. You take another clip here. In its most basic form, that is what connects the sides when it goes through. So I'm going to take this same element here, and we are going to do a quick speed through on the camera, and we're going to jump forward to where I've made enough to put this whole thing together. Okay, nice big pile of clips now. So now what I'm going to do is show you on a short piece here. You simply take them and you stack them up. Now there are some of these clips, and I think I only clipped out, I only clipped out the one side clips. There are some clips that have like an extra little tab on the inside corner. You don't need that tab at all for the stuff that you're doing for Ice Wilds. It's a standard little clip point that lets you hang floors if you have a full building. Since all of these are ruined corners, we're not going to be implementing them into what we're doing as the side goes. So when you take those clips and you put them up on the outside, you end up with your corner bit there. Now you can take another piece here, and I suggest just kind of starting at one end, giving it a little push, and then pressing it flush against the table. And what that does is that makes sure that this bottom here is square and flush with the top. And now you have your corner bit. Now, another big question that everybody is asking on the Kickstarter was, hey, didn't you have a stretch goal with a free floor that everybody was supposed to get? Yes, we did. And there is the free floor. I'm going to re-say that. Here is the free floor section. Say that real fast 10 times. All right, so this free floor section that is here should have been included in everybody's pledge. Everybody outside of the United States is going to have theirs included, not a problem. For the first people that we sent it out to, which was the American backers, just because that was the easiest thing for us to ship, the box that it contained didn't get put on the truck, and nobody noticed it until after we shipped half of the things out. So at that point, we were like, all right, we got it now. We'll make sure that everybody non-US is covered, and everybody in the States, we're going to send this as a separate piece. So you're all going to get this, and we'll go from there. When you look at it, notice there's a whole bunch, kind of might be hard to see, there's a whole bunch of kind of laser cut lines that are through here. Simply take it and break it apart. The center section here, that's just a cool broken piece to lay on the floor for something. And then notice that there are little tabs. You're going to want to break all of these apart. And this is the same for the Cyberpunk, and the Metropolis buildings that are out there. So all of the floor sections are done with this same mechanic. There is the designated floor corner, which the reason these notches are here is that makes room for this to set up into the corner and not butt against the inside pieces here. And then the tabs themselves are designed to line up with window slots. So depending on how many windows that you have, in this particular case, it's a really short one. So I would grab the one that has a single window on both sides. And so I'm gonna take the second story window over here, and I'm gonna say an orc came up and kicked it out and knock it out of the way. So now we have two sections over here. And then this, from the magic screw, and I'm gonna reach back over here and grab this. This is where these J-clips come into play. So I'm gonna sit here and pop these things out really fast because we only need two of them. Just using flush cutters. You can also use a hobby knife, sharp hobby knife. If for whatever reason the little sprue marks bug you, you can take those flexible nail files that are kind of like sponges, and you can kind of sand over it. That works pretty well as it goes. So you can also take the back of a hobby knife and you can scrape over it. That does a pretty good job of taking care of. And this is made out of polystyrene. So actually polystyrene, this is high impact polystyrene. So this is HIPS plastic is what these clips are made out of. The nice thing about HIPS, and this is a little hack, if you are young, ask an adult to help you to do this. But you can take a lighter, and if you go over the white area just real quick, it will change back to the regular plastic color, which is a kind of a cool hack. If you do it too long, it will start to melt the plastic and you may burn your fingers. So I do not recommend this, but it's a cool hack if you want to give it a go.
We'll put a little caution disclaimer.
Yes, a little caution disclaimer. So here's the other one. Let me clear some of my rubble out of the direction here. So we got notches. What I suggest for the notches, there's two ways to do this. What you're gonna end up doing is you're gonna take this clip, you are gonna hang it from your window, both sides. One. See, this is proof there's no CGI because I'm dropping stuff all over the place. Two pieces go. And now notice you've got these areas right here, and those are designed to clip right into this section. So you can come over here and press there, and then you come over here and press there, and that gives you a nice sturdy surface to put miniatures and do whatever you want on. So the other thing I recommend is when you're done assembling buildings, because the fiddly part of this is actually getting all these put where you want them. When you're done and you want to put this stuff away, these are easy enough to pop apart and decide where it is that you want to put them. And I recommend taking these and just leaving them on one side and storing them like this. And that way you don't have to take each individual one. You can do it, it's fine. It's just this is a little bit faster. So I am going to reach in, and now let's talk about these bigger sides that are up there. So all you got to do to make a taller one is I'm going to take this and just put this on here, because that's how you make this thing go together really fast as it goes through. And now I'm going to pop this out, and then I'm going to take these other clips I have and I'm going to run them all the way up the side. And you decide where you want to put your sniper hidey hole, your elf with his bow. And this is going. And notice the similarity to this guy over here. These are the fluted ones that come with Metropolis. Metropolis gets both types. Ice Wilds just got the brick because we thought that was a little more appropriate when we were doing things. Put all of this up in here like this. Give a little push to keep it nice on down the side. And then you can take your angled pieces here, nice tall section, and run it all the way up. Now you've got your super tall double story version as it comes up. And now let's say I want to put a sniper hole on the top. I'm going to go ahead and pop this out, doing the same thing we did before. And now in this case, rather than putting it here, I'm just going to do it this way just to show you another way of doing it. You can take both of those clips, go up in the top, and now you've got there. So just for reference, I'm going to do one more, and I'm going to pop this guy out. And go there. And go there. And then I'm going to grab one more pair of clips. Okay, got two more clips here, and I am going to, I'm gonna grab this one here. So this is a double and a single, but it really doesn't matter. If the thing overhangs on the end, it doesn't cause any problems whatsoever. Sometimes it just looks like a blown up hanging floor. And what I do like about this stuff is, it is HDF and then printed. It is easy enough that if you have a problem with something on here that you want to do a hack that doesn't exist, or you want a hole, just cut it. Just take a pair of clippers. You can snip right through this. I'm gonna do that just to show. And I'm just gonna, actually what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take this piece here, and I'm gonna just go through and hack it. And even by cutting that off, and you got a little bit there, it's amazing what a brown Sharpie will make everything else match, and you can't even see the difference when it comes up. And that is a great hint that when you're trying to, you manage to do something, your dog bit it and broke something, it's easy enough to fix this thing. So going through here, I only have 2 hooks on this right now, and it is more than strong enough even out here to hold things up. If you want the ultimate in durability, because you want to put a 1975, I don't know, dragon ogre made out of solid lead and set them on the ledge that weighs, 1.5 pounds, then I bet that would actually hold it without any effort. But if you were worried about it, you can add one more clip. Notice there's a edge of a window frame right here. So all I would do is hang one more clip off to the end and then pop these guys in place. So we got, let's see here, 1 and 2 and get down there. Kalamazoo. There we go. And now this is, that's super strong. So that is how you put the floors together, and the exact same thing that I showed on this is the same way for the Metropolis guys, the same way we put these edges together here. Notice there's a hanger, There's a blown out floor section that we hung from the hanger. Here's a little longer version that goes, and actually this one's interesting because I only put one clip on the side. For the Cyberpunk miniatures that are plastic that don't weigh that much, you can set them right on top of this, and it is a very versatile system that is going to allow for a lot of expansion in the future. And the more I play with it, the more excited I am every day to do this. So we have a new addition to the team. Allison is going to be editing the videos and everything for us. And when she shows up, she starts working full time at the office first week of September. I promised her we're going to expand the studio, get everything more professionally set up. We'll have lots more terrain set up in the back, and her entire mission in life is to keep you guys informed much better than we are now as to what we're working on and what we can do in the future. And I'm going to make an effort to make myself available more often for Q&A sessions. So I think what we probably will just end up doing is either some sort of a Zoom or something. We'll set it up, and people that have questions, we'll gather them up over the week or 2 weeks, and then I'll sit down and we can do this sort of format, and I'll talk about things and answer stuff the best I can and tell you where the hobby is going as far as Monster Fight Club is concerned. So for the backers, thank you for your patience. I know this is taking longer than we thought, but it is there. Most people are getting deliveries now, so I'm excited about it. And our little stage table right here will continue to get bigger and bigger and bigger. It's funny, during the Kickstarter, we had this monster table with lots of height and everything else. And in reality, when we start playing, it seems like 4 or 5 buildings, a little bit shorter. It's kind of easier to get around. They make great little 3x3 tables and 3x4 tables to sit down and start playing. And we will keep working on this and expanding, and down the road, I hope to have new facades and new graffiti and new ways of making this work, and it should end up being a really, really cool system. So thank you much, and I'll talk to you next time.